What's Happening Hoke show is filmed before a live audience and is brought to you by Rockfish Motor Speedway, the Rock of Hoke, nunboys.com, and GPS Photography and Video, gpsphotoandvideo.com.
What's happening, Hoke? Hal Nunn inside McDonald Gymnasium with my partner Glenn Young, and we have the new head coach of the Hoke County Fighting Bucks, Sakellie Daniels. Sakellie, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Glenn here. The What's Happening Hoke show is sponsored by Rockfish Speedway, but we're talking women's basketball today.
Time to transition over.
It's time to move over from football to basketball. We've got Sakellie here today. We're going to be talking to Quame in the next day or so. But Glenn, basketball's here. Sakellie's a former Buck. She's a West Hoke Tiger, Hoke County Buck, Charlotte 49er, and several teams in the European Basketball League professionally. But you finally came back to Rayford. How does it feel to be the head coach of the Fighting Bucks?
Great. Home is where the heart is.
It sure is. And this year you look like you got a pretty good group of girls coming out. You've been working with them through the summer. What can we expect out of this team this year? Is this a team that's going to grind it out, run it up and move it up and down the court, or are we going to be one of those teams that really battles down in the paint?
Tenacity, aggressiveness, and quickness.
We're going to be quick, sort of like you were in your day, or are in your day.
Yes.
Coach, along with Coach Hollingsworth down at East Hoke Middle, it's good to see coaches coming back home, former players coming back in the community. What does that mean to you to come back to Hoke and coach?
It's a huge opportunity. If I could have started anywhere, I would have always chosen to come back home. So, it's great. I look forward to seeing what we can do, challenges that we'll have ahead of us. I know things have changed a lot since my day, so I'm looking forward to see.
And you teach as well?
Yes.
What do you teach?
I teach OCS Prep 1 and 2.
Okay. How has it been? I know you're back here at Hope, but everyone's accepting you. What are the expectations that have been put on?
I think everyone is expecting a difference in the program.
Historically, the women's basketball has been down a little bit. Are you excited about what you see? Who are your top 5 players?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely excited. We have a big returner in Mahogany Matthews, a sophomore who's already garnered some attention from the collegiate level. We have some pretty good seniors that will be coming back, and Dee Dee, she's going to hold a lot of speed for us in our backcourt. Alexis also will be a key addition, definitely defensively. Quame and Janaya coming back, and Deja again on that leadership role, and hopefully we'll have some surprise players. The girls have been working very hard, so
You got a scrimmage game coming up here this weekend. You got a preliminary game on Tuesday. First game starts next week. But is there one game on the schedule early on that you've told the girls, we need to get to this level to beat this team? Is there a couple teams that you really need to take it to them this year and show them that Hoke County is back?
I think our preliminary game Tuesday will be a big feat for us because that's Terry Sanford.
Oh yeah,
they're always a pretty organized team. I know they have some big time returners coming back. One that signed at Wake Forest, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh boy.
So that'll be a game that pretty much shows us the level of play that we'll need to have. So
be a good measuring stick.
Yes, but I think early on, taking care of business in the non-conference will be great to get some wins on our belt, and definitely the biggest and most important is opening up the conference with some wins.
How many games on the schedule, Coach?
Right now we're at 22.
As with football and all Hoke County sports, their goals are in the weight room, and I would venture to say yours are the same. Playoff contention, qualify for the playoffs, all conference, and a state championship. Is that pretty much the same thing that you're taking on with the girls basketball team?
Oh yeah, definitely. The basketball team is made up of many individuals, but we're trying to definitely push the family concept. Not so much of what individuals can do, but what we can all come back to do collectively. So I hope that we will have some individual accolades, but more so I hope that our team do well in conference, make it to the conference playoffs and get a spot in the playoffs.
Without giving away too much, what kind of offense are you going to run? What kind of defense? Are you going to go man, triangle?
We plan to pressure a lot, some full court, some half court pressure. And our offense will be very simple and basic, a lot of movement and trying to get to the basket, trying to score the best way we can.
How hard is it for you to get out here during practice and show these girls what they need to do offensively and not try to step in and do it for them? You were a point guard. You were a European, I think, MVP for several years in Italy and in Germany and Leedsburg. I think I remember them all. How do you convey to these girls what it takes to compete without having a coach has to sort of tell them how to do it, but you actually could probably go out there and show them how it's done?
It's difficult, got to hold myself back a little bit. Of course, I get ahead of myself. Sometimes it's hard to come from professional back down to secondary school. So it's been a challenge, but it comes like second nature. I guess doing it
I
for
see
so
some
long.
support already here. A couple people we know in the gymnasium, and I'm sure they're keeping an eye on you and probably helping mentor you a little bit.
Yes.
And I'm sure some of those folks are going to come back and probably help you along the ways. You've been having a camp now. When's your next camp, and how many years have you been doing that?
Had my camp now for 7 years.
Yes, sir.
And we're looking to maybe do a holiday clinic, and if not, definitely next summer. I plan to get my girls involved and give back to the community and try to get some things rolling with them.
Well, Coach, I'm looking forward to seeing you on Wednesday night at Highway 55 for the Coaches Show.
Coaches Show.
As we transition to basketball. I'm going to let you get to it.
Yeah, they
How
got
you got
practice.
anything else? I know you're busy.
I'm excited.
We'll stick
I
around.
can't
We'll
wait.
get a couple of action shots. But, Coach, thanks for talking to me. We'll see
Thank
you Wednesday night.
All
Yeah,
right.
have fun.
Sounds good.
All right.
Thank you.
What's happening, Hoke? And we finally caught him up.
Whoa, we found him.
Coach Quame Patterson, head men's basketball coach. How excited are you about this season?
Very excited about this season. Last year, I felt like our season was cut short because of the weather, some issues. So very excited about our guys returning and the young talent we're bringing up.
Now, weather doesn't usually temper in with basketball because y'all play inside, but of course it's treacherous for everyone trying to get to the stadiums and the auditorium. So.
Oh, definitely. Hopefully we won't have weather like we did last year, or put ourselves in a better position where we don't have to
do that. Yeah, well, last year, obviously, the big story was early season schedule. Who do we schedule? Is it tough competition, or are we just scheduling those cream puffs so we can stack up our overall record? I know our schedule's pretty much locked. We played about the same people every year. How much do you have? How much influence do you have on scheduling as a high school coach?
A little bit, but it sometimes seems like FAVA really locks us in, and we really can't
venture out.
Right. We're not very as fortunate as other counties, like maybe Moore County or somewhere where we can play.
Scotland County or stuff like that.
But we do the best we can, and if it makes it, we have a hard schedule.
How much influence do they have on us? Because we're still in the SEC, but they dictate.
I think history may have shown that we sort of tie with them somehow, but
all that stuff, and it's just that's where all the schools are. We're that close in proximity to them, and we really can't play the teams non-conference in our conference, so we can't go the other way. So there's only one way to go, and then even with that, we're not allowed to play everyone. And it's always like us.
Yeah, well, the next big conference that you could play would be up in Cary or Raleigh, and you're not going to spend a lot of early regular season games traveling to Raleigh and Cary. So I'm assuming the Fayetteville is probably going to be our nemesis for a while on the early part of the schedule. Fayetteville's a good basketball area. We don't have the luxury of playing some teams from way out in the woods, middle of nowhere country. Right. So, but this year, you got a kind of a new makeup. You got a kind of young team. I talked to you a little bit. You're in your 7th year here. At Hoke, and that's, you've been coaching now for umpteen years.
Coach football, coach my son Philip, went to basketball and got up there, won a conference championship, forgot all about football. I don't know what's that with that.
Hey, don't forget softball.
Oh, softball too. I mean, got married.
Got kids.
How long you been married?
Wow, 6, 7 years.
6, 7. So the last 7 years, we won't talk about that 7 years. We're going to keep them out of trouble.
Okay.
Next Friday night, you open up.
Yes, against
Terry Sanford.
No.
71st?
The other powerhouse, 71st.
Oh,
71st.
Okay.
The other fake red and white.
Do they have
really
any-
real red and white.
they have
Really
any-
real red and black.
We have to pat everybody down
You
for
know.
Sharpies.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Tough
Sharpies.
place to play.
Definitely. They're year in year out. They say they have like a down year, but they're always
Yeah.
finish the
always
season
low.
with
out there.
finish the season with one or
It's
two
no Roy
losses,
Williams
you know.
tactic. We're not very good.
And then, of
this year.
course, in the conference, we play our usual foes.
Yes.
How are we going to look in the conference, though?
Right now they have us, I think, fourth
Wow.
in the conference,
Really?
which they had us. They had us fifth last year, but we finished in fourth over Pinecrest, who was fifth, but they still made the playoffs. But yes, Richmond has just about everyone returning.
Yeah, large amount of returners. Scotland.
Pinecrest has everyone returning.
Wow.
And Lumberton has everyone
Oh,
returning.
Pinecrest,
plus.
Richmond, Lumberton,
right.
are going to be
Right.
pretty strong, I think.
Right, and then Scotland think they lost their player.
Right.
So they're playing.
Well, we've lost a player or two here or there. We had a star center forward last year, John Maynor, who's
Went up for
transferred
conference
out. Conference player of the year.
Yeah.
However, we do have some very key players coming. Who are the one or two top guys you're looking forward to seeing?
Wesley Baldwin, Darius Capers.
Oh, Darius.
Those two have been playing with me for the last 3 years. So
These are the rising seniors?
yes, and also the
Or seniors, actually. This year.
and rising junior, the junior Dakota Cummings.
Okay.
Those guys.
He's one of those get down on the floor type guys.
Oh, yes.
He's a hustler. He's an all out tough player.
Who was our best foul shooter? It seems like we lost a lot of games at the foul line.
Well, in high school, I mean, run into that.
we get
You know-
down to it, but you got to make foul shots.
You're right. Dakota Cummings.
Yeah.
He's a very good free throw shooter, and he's going to be hitting on the ball at the end of the games. Last year, as a sophomore, he was in. He didn't take the ball to the hole as much as I wanted him to.
Okay.
Right.
Now he's learned that over the summer. He's been doing that. Also, a newcomer in. Elijah Harris.
Wow.
Okay,
Where's he from?
military guy, right?
Freshman kid from
No?
Sandy Grove Middle.
Wow.
Oh,
is he
new
going
one.
to see a lot of varsity play?
He's on varsity.
Really?
Yes.
How tall is this kid?
About this tall, but
He's a Terrell McIntyre.
yes, he's a very good
Really?
kid. He's
So you saying this kid's like 5'5"? 5'5"?
Yes.
We got a little Spud Webb thing going
Oh,
on.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But I'm saying he's a very good ball handler.
Exciting player.
Solid free throw shooter. So
Solid free
That's
throw.
what you want out of your
He's going to be a
guards.
starter?
No, he may not start, but
Number 6 guy,
he'll get some
utility
chance
guy?
to play, yeah.
Okay.
So the
That's
middle
good deal.
schools are starting to pay off a little.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, we get seen a more.
Now I'm wondering where this kid was during football season, but he's only 5'5", so now I got to wonder.
I put him in scat back and roll, baby.
Well, that's exciting, Coach.
Oh yes, definitely.
Talk to me about your Bucks in college. How are those guys doing?
They're doing very well. Tariq, I spoke with Tariq actually yesterday.
It's a big season for Tariq Thompson.
Yes.
Tariq Thompson.
At High Point University, doing
Very
very
big
well.
season for them.
He's excited about his season. Tim Hagee's at Fayetteville State.
They play UNC Pembroke next week, I believe.
Yes, they do.
In Pembroke.
Billy Brunson, he's at the community college. He's coming back off of a small layoff, and actually we had one guy who's no longer playing with us, playing college basketball. He just stopped this year due to some knee injuries.
Right.
Rashad Parker, he was in West Virginia for 2 years,
Rashad, I
Okay.
remember him.
and now he's back
Wow.
here. But
And then you got Jonathan Pickler at North Carolina Wesleyan, and Wesleyan plays High Point in a couple
yes,
of
they
weeks.
do.
And
So-
we already know how that's going to
And
turn.
we already know how it's going to turn out.
Tariq's going to handle business.
Well, Tariq, this
Coach,
is a breakout year for Tariq.
Really excited about talking to Coach Kelly earlier. They've always been behind the boys basketball program, but big things are going to be happening over there.
Oh yes,
She's
definitely.
talented.
It's gonna be a lot of pressure, Back in the
If
old
they
days.
do better than you guys, I'm just
Hey,
saying.
we're gonna have-
Have you
we
guys
gotta
ever scrimmage each other just for fun?
No, but my guys know that those girls
girls
put
can
in some
play.
work.
Oh, well, Sakellie puts in work too. She'll put a hurting on a lot of us.
Gonna ask you the same question I asked her without giving away too much. What kind of offense you gonna run?
Defense.
What kind of
Um,
defense? Triangle. We already talked about the foul shooting.
Okay.
Are you gonna do a lot of press man?
Yes, we're going to be up and down. Okay, try as much as possible. Our offense is going to be, although we're bigger than last year, we're going to be more of a spread out offense
Okay.
where we can more cuts to the basket. So you might see more dunks than you did last year.
Football
The
players
excitement will be
playing
fun.
basketball. This finished up last week. How much time did you get those guys? If any.
Did they get any leeway?
No, they did not.
Yeah.
They had about less than 12 hours. They
Wow.
were taking
Wow.
jump shots in a scrimmage, and I said,
Wow.
please drive it to the hole because your legs aren't ready yet.
Outstanding. Good deal.
Well, how many do we got that played both?
We had Devin,
Devin Norwood.
Andre Pegues.
Andre Pegues.
We also had KJ, the quarterback.
KJ, quarterbacks.
and
Hey, don't
Akeem
mess
Shaw.
our quarterbacks up, Coach.
These are young quarterbacks. But anyway, we know what.
Coach, excited about it. Gonna see you next Wednesday on the Coaches Show. We're gonna try to work out your schedule. We may have to come down here.
We may have to come over.
Highway
here. I don't know.
55, Coach Patterson. I'm excited for you. Gonna kick it off next Friday.
No, sir.
Next
Thursday.
Next Thursday.
71st and then Friday.
Next Thursday is 71st, and then Friday where?
Pine Forest.
All right, cool.
Thanks for talking to us, Coach.
Thank you,
Look
Tab.
forward to talking
Have
to
a
you.
great
Appreciate
practice.